Imagine you are standing on the deck of an unsinkable ship. The captain assures you the hull is made of steel, absolutely indestructible. But while you sleep, the crew is quietly dismantling the hull, plate by plate, just to feed the engines and keep the lights on. This is the exact situation of your savings today in 2026. We were taught that cash is safe, that government bonds are risk-free, that real estate is an investment that never betrays you. But history, the history they don't teach you on the evening news, screams the opposite. From the Weimar Republic to the bond market collapse of 2022, safety has always been a temporary illusion. Today, with global inflation that the OECD estimates is still sticky above 3%, and public debts that have become mathematically unpayable, the definition of a safe haven has radically changed. We are about to dismantle, with math in hand, the three great lies of traditional finance: cash, bonds, and real estate. And we will see why, in a world built on trust in fallible institutions, the only true safety might lie in the mathematical certainty of code. Welcome to Beyond Crypto. Today, we separate the myth from the math. We're in 2026. If we look at the macroeconomic data, they tell us the worst is over. Inflation is under control, rates have stabilized. But if you look at your grocery bill, your insurance premiums, or your real purchasing power, you feel that something doesn't add up. For decades, the strategy to protect wealth was simple. Keep some liquidity for emergencies, buy government bonds for guaranteed yield, and invest in real estate for the long term. This was the safe portfolio, the 60-40 split, the bedrock of retirement. But what happens when safety becomes the biggest risk in your portfolio? We need to take a step back. The concept of a safe haven is based on a premise that the asset preserves or increases its value during market turbulence. But there is a critical distinction that is often ignored by financial advisors: the difference between volatility risk and systemic devaluation risk. Volatility is the price going up and down day by day. It's the waves on the surface of the ocean. Systemic devaluation is when the ocean itself is draining away. It's when the unit of measurement, the money itself, melts like ice in the sun. Today, we will analyze the three traditional pillars of financial safety. We won't use opinions, we will use historical data and economic logic. We will see how cash is a broken promise, how bonds have become return-free risk, and how real estate has become a gilded cage. And finally, we will compare all of this with Bitcoin, not as a speculative investment or a crypto token, but as a mathematical constant. In a financial universe where everything is relative and manipulatable, what does it mean to own the only thing that is absolutely scarce? Prepare yourselves, because what you are about to discover might force you to completely rethink where you store the fruit of your labor. Let's start with the first pillar: cash, liquidity, the fiat currency. The psychological sensation of having money in a checking account is powerful. You feel safe. You see the number and it doesn't change. But this is a cognitive hallucination. Let's use a practical analogy. Imagine you need to measure the length of a table. You use a wooden ruler. The table is 2 meters long. Tomorrow you come back, but during the night, the government cut 10 centimeters off your ruler. You measure again. Now the table seems longer. It measures more meters. The table didn't grow. Your measuring instrument shrank. This is inflation. It's not that prices are going up, it's that the value of your money is going down. Think of your cash savings like an ice cube. You put it in the freezer, thinking it's safe, but the government controls the thermostat, and to keep their economy running, to pay their debts, they have to turn the heat up. Every year, that ice cube melts by 3%, 4%, maybe 5%. You don't see the water puddling on the floor, but when you go to take the ice cube out in 10 years, it's half the size. Look at history. We all know about the Weimar Republic in 1923, people bringing wheelbarrows of cash to buy bread, but we don't need to go back that far. Look at the 1970s in the US or Europe. Inflation hit double digits. Anyone who kept money safe under the mattress or in a savings account lost half their wealth in less than a decade. In our current context, 2026, the OECD tells us inflation in G20 countries is hovering around 3.2%. It sounds small, right? Let's do the math. With inflation at just 3%, in 10 years, you lose about 26% of your purchasing power. In 20 years, almost half is gone, vaporized. It's like having a bathtub full of water, your wealth, but without the plug. The water drains slowly. You don't notice it minute by minute, but come back after an hour and the tub is empty. Cash is not a safe haven. It is an unsecured debt title owed to you by a government or central bank that has the power and the political incentive to print more of it. Every time new currency is created to stimulate the economy or bail out the banks, your share of the total wealth is diluted. It is pure mathematics. If the pizza is the same size but we slice it into 1 million more pieces, every slice gets smaller. Cash has a counterparty risk of 100%. You are trusting that the state will not devalue the currency to pay its own debts. History tells us that every single fiat currency, sooner or later, returns to its intrinsic value. Zero. This isn't pessimism, it's a historical fact. The dollar has lost 99% of its value since 1913. The euro is following the exact same path. So, if cash is a melting ice cube, where do we go? To the banks? Let's move to the second pillar, government bonds, treasuries. For decades, the standard advice was stocks for growth, bonds for safety. The idea was that you lend money to the government and they pay you back with interest. It was considered risk-free. But in 2022, the unthinkable happened. Both stocks and bonds crashed simultaneously. Long-term U.S. Treasuries lost over 40% of their value. It was the worst year for the bond market since 1788. I repeat, since 1788. Why did this happen? It's a game of musical chairs. The banking system relies on these bonds retaining value. But when interest rates rose to fight inflation, the value of old bonds collapsed. The music stopped, and suddenly banks and pension funds realized they were holding assets that were worth significantly less than they thought. Let's analyze the nature of a bond. What is it really? It is a contract where you lend money today, and the state promises to give it back in 10 years with a small interest payment. But here's the catch. The state will pay you back with currency that will be worth much less in 10 years. It's like lending a ladder to a neighbor. He promises to give it back in a year. But when he returns it, he has sawed off half the rungs. Here it is, it's still a ladder, he says. Yes, technically it is, but it's useless. In 2026, with global public debts at historical highs, governments are in an impossible position, known as fiscal dominance. They cannot raise rates too high or they will bankrupt the economy and won't be able to pay the interest on their own debt. They cannot lower rates too much or inflation will skyrocket again. So what do? They choose financial repression. They keep interest rates artificially lower than real inflation. If a bond pays you 4%, but real inflation is 5%, you're not earning money. You are losing 1% of your purchasing power every year, but in a safe way. Bonds are no longer a risk-free asset. They have become return-free risk. You're assuming the risk that the state defaults or devalues the currency for a yield that barely covers the cost of living increase. The global bond market is a game of musical chairs where the chairs are being removed one by one, and millions of pension funds are still circling, hoping the music never stops again. But the math says it must.
Okay, you might say, then I'll buy a house. Real estate is tangible. They can't print bricks. True, real estate is historically a better haven than cash or bonds. But it has massive structural flaws that, in the economic context of 2026, are becoming dangerous. First problem, illiquidity. Real estate is a heavy asset. If you need money tomorrow morning for an emergency, you cannot sell the bathroom of your house. You have to sell the whole thing. It takes months, sometimes years. In a liquidity crisis, real estate becomes a prison. In 2008, during the Great Financial Crisis, home prices in the U.S. collapsed by 25 to 50%. Those who needed to sell lost everything. Second problem, you don't really own it. Think about it. If you stop paying property taxes, what happens? The state takes the house. In reality, you don't own your land 100%. You are a glorified tenant of the state, with the obligation to pay for maintenance. You hold the deed, but they hold the power. Third problem, it is an easy target. Real estate is immobile. It's in the name. You cannot move it to Switzerland. You cannot hide it on a USB drive. When governments are desperate for money, and in 2026 they are desperate, who do they tax? They tax what cannot run away. We are seeing wealth taxes on property, new mandatory green regulations forcing you to spend tens of thousands of dollars to renovate. These are all forms of wealth confiscation. Real estate is a gilded cage. It looks beautiful, it feels secure, but it traps your capital in a jurisdiction that can squeeze you at will. It works well in a growing economy with a booming population, but in the West, with demographics in decline and taxes on the rise, bricks and mortar risk becoming an anchor that drags you down, not a lifeboat that keeps you afloat. We have seen that cash, bonds, and real estate all depend on third parties, central banks, governments, legislators. Their safety is based on human promises, and humans can lie, change the rules, or simply make mistakes. Now, let's introduce a different concept. Safety based not on trust, but on mathematical verification. Bitcoin. Many see Bitcoin as a volatile asset. They look at the price chart zigzagging and say it's too risky. But you are confusing price volatility with protocol risk.
Bitcoin is the only asset in the known universe with an absolute, unalterable scarcity. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin, never one more. It doesn't matter if demand skyrockets. It doesn't matter if there is a war. It doesn't matter if a politician wants to print more to fund his campaign. No one can change the number 21 million. It is carved into the code, protected by the most powerful computer network in the world. Let's use an analogy to compare it with gold. Gold is scarce, yes, but it has an elastic supply. If the price of gold goes to $10,000 an ounce, what happens? Mining companies invest billions to dig deeper, find new veins, and extract more gold. They flood the market and the price comes down. The supply reacts to the price. With Bitcoin, this is impossible. Because of the difficulty adjustment, even if all the supercomputers in the world started mining Bitcoin tomorrow, the issuance of new coins would not increase. It would remain constant. The supply is perfectly inelastic. This is a property humanity has never had before: absolute scarcity. In the context of 2026, where central banks are maneuvering to manage monstrous debts by devaluing currency, Bitcoin represents the only escape hatch. It is a parallel monetary system. It is voluntary, it has no borders, it is uncensorable. While your dollars or euros in the bank can be frozen, as we saw in Canada in 2022 or Greece in 2015, Bitcoin is absolute private property. If you hold your private keys, no one on earth can seize it without your physical coercion. Bitcoin is not an investment to get rich quick. It is insurance against monetary madness. It is the only asset with zero counterparty risk. There is no Bitcoin CEO who can commit fraud. There is no Bitcoin central bank that can dilute your savings. It is math, and math doesn't lie. 2 + 2 = 4, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are in New York or Tokyo.
So let's sum up the situation for 2026. On one side, we have the traditional safe havens, cash, which guarantees a loss of 3 to 4% per year, a melting ice cube, bonds, which offer negative real yields and capital risk, a game of musical chairs, real estate, illiquid, immobile, and easy to tax, a gilded cage. On the other side, we have Bitcoin, volatile in the short term, yes, but mathematically scarce, uncensorable, transportable anywhere in the world in your head, liquidatable in any currency in 10 minutes, 24/7, 365. The question you have to ask yourself isn't, is Bitcoin too risky? The question is Is it riskier to hold a volatile asset that historically appreciates because it is scarce, or to hold a stable asset that guarantees the mathematical destruction of your purchasing power? Volatility is the price you pay for performance. The stability of fiat currency is the anesthesia they give you while they are amputating your wealth.
We are at a crucial historical junction. The system of 2026 is not the system of 1980. The old rules no longer apply. The safe harbors have been mined. The lifeboats are leaking. The choice is yours. You can continue to trust the promises of institutions that have failed repeatedly throughout history. Or you can start trusting in mathematics, cryptography, and verifiable scarcity. Don't trust me. Don't trust the banks. Verify for yourself. Study. Understand the difference between fiat currency and sound money. Because your financial freedom depends on it. Because your financial freedom depends on the quality of the money you hold. If this video opened your eyes, leave a like to help the algorithm spread this uncomfortable truth. And subscribe to Beyond Crypto, because here we don't stop at the surface. We go beyond. See you in the next block.